really a neat opportunity. We always look forward to this, and so for the guests that are here, welcome, and for our patients that have been here, a long time, we're really excited you're here. My name is Ruth, and I'm the chiropractic assistant at Dr. Fenn's office. I have been for over a year. I've been in chiropractic for over 10 years, and was in a really bad car accident and have, low back pain, neck pain, and migraines from that, and I've just benefited tremendously from chiropractic. But since I've, been at Dr. Fenn's too, I mean, I've really, I'm a healthier person now, from, the nutrition plan and, the supplements that we take and all that. It's really, it's changed my life. So it's, neat to see you guys changing too and receiving benefit from that. So wanted to introduce Dr. Fenn. He's been serving the community here for 11 years and has been in Maximized Living for 4 now. So, we're excited about what we have to teach you guys tonight. And without further ado, let's welcome Dr. Fenn.
All right. Cruise ship or nursing home? Where do you want to go? Cruise ship. Cool. It takes action. If you guys are just going to think you're just going to be lucky and make it, you're wrong. The statistics show 1 out of 1,000 make it to age 65, totally healthy, no medication, no diagnosis. So if you think you're going to be that 1 in 1,000, probably not. It's 1 in 10,000 couples. So if you have a plan, and you take action on the plan, you're going to make it. This makeover, you guys, there's a healthcare problem out there. The problem is you're responsible for your health. Everybody knows that, but we pretty much wait until we're sick. If you have an action plan, you won't be sick. You'll have every chance you could possibly have to truly reach your potential. These makeovers are how we change culture. Okay, there's my office. Okay, there's this room full of people. We've got 350 offices all across North America doing makeover right now. Okay, 7:30, or what is it? 6:30. What time is it? 6:30 Thursday night. The 19th is makeover. Canada, on the East Coast, we have all over the country. Our clinic in Africa is doing theirs next week. I mean, this is truly an international event. So 350 offices times about 100 people apiece. We're going to have anywhere between 30,000 and 35,000 people coming together and say, all right, what's this chiropractor talking about? He can help me be healthier. What's this thing all about? How do I have a plan to do this? This is our 3rd makeover here in Tallahassee, our 3rd cruise ship or nursing home makeover. Before that, we did total food makeovers. I teach in churches and businesses. We're all over. We train together to do this, and we've learned to do this better and better. You guys that have been to makeover, hang on to your hats. Okay, you guys that have not been to makeover, you better hang on to your shoes because your socks might just blow them off. So this is going to be fun. It's going to be high energy. But for you guys to get something out of this and for it to be fun and high energy, guess who's got to participate? So here's the rules. We played 110%. So you guys agree with that? Say I do. I do. Raise your hand if you'll play at 110%. Now raise your other hand. All right, stand up. All right, let's go. When we ask you to stand up, we want you to stand up. We want you to ask you to sit down, we ask you to sit down. We ask you to come to the stage, guess what you got to do? I'm up front. I'm not here to embarrass but a few of you. So get ready for that. So, all right, cruise ship racing. You may sit, please do. Now stand up. You may take 3 twists. Here's the disclaimer. I may ask you to do something you can't do. If I ask you to do something you can't do, guess what? Don't do it. Okay. Other than that, the first thing that leads to success is showing up. You've already done that. So everybody high five their neighbor. How about the other neighbor? Say you're here. It's on. All right.
Go, girl.
All right. Let's go. You may have a seat, please. So today's the day, and we truly have healthcare miracles that happen after makeover. People draw the line in the sand. They step over and they say, no more, I got this. I got my plan. I'm going to take action on that plan. And we see things happen. But, come on. Who wants to end up in the nursing home? Raise your hand if you want to go on the cruise ship. Raise your hand if you'd like your cruise ship to stay upright. There's a bad joke. Nobody wants to go there. But where do 99% of people end up? Which one's more expensive? Which one are you guaranteed to lose all your money on? So it's not what you want or what you hope, it's what you do that's going to determine where you end up. So we're going to teach you how to do the right things and make the right choices so you guys end up there. Here we go. State of health. U.S. is dead last. Okay, in health. Healthcare system gets an F, highest death rate before 2 and last at 60. Okay, highest death rate, children before 2 and after 60. That's unbelievable. U.S. Lasts for years of potential years lost. And then, hang on. There we go. Yeah, U.S. last. Our healthcare system gets an F. Second last in healthy longevity. That means we live long here, but most people are pretty miserable once they get up in age. We're the most depressed country in the world. We're the world leader in diabetes. So, not good. I know when I go to speak to a group, I mean, a lot of you guys are patients in our office. Most of you know some patient in our office. You know somebody that's gotten some type of result. For some reason, you're here. So we're kind of preaching to the choir. This is the healthy group. You guys are healthier than the average population out there. When I go speak in just a random group, we know that 60% of the people in that room are going to be overweight, over-medicated, or depressed. And you wonder why you got to keep energy up. That's why we ask you to do stuff. Get up, get down to keep you guys going. We'll talk later about the reticular activation system and how we fix that. But 61% of Americans are overweight. Overweight children have doubled, tripled for adolescents. So drive by a middle school. It doesn't look like it did just 10 or 15 years ago. You guys seen that? Yes? So kids are so heavy now. Parents with obese children, 7% of parents with obese children thought their kids were underweight. So that's messed up. So obesity doubles your risk of heart failure and triples your risk of breast cancer in women. 22 pounds weight gain, which is the average weight gain by the time you're 50 years old. The average weight gain is 22 pounds overweight. So that's going to increase your risk of heart attack by 75%. 15-pound weight gain doubles your chance of developing type 2 diabetes. 1 in 3 mortality with an increased body mass index when you're over age 50. So not good. United States, people are obese. We lead the world. Nobody's fatter anywhere other than in this country. It's 30.6% is what the stat is there. So what do? What did we just do at New Year's? We have a New Year's resolution. All right, we resolve to lose weight. I mean, there's stuff everywhere. I've never, this is what I do. This is my passion. This is my life, to guide people to better health. But it's everywhere. I mean, everybody's got a special on this, a special on that. Weight Watchers does a big push. Gyms do a big push. Where are we a year later? Most people are a pound heavier and a little broker. So that's just the way it is. Some of that's, Jenny Craig, some of that stuff's really expensive, several $1,000s to go do those programs. So resolution, does it really fix your purpose? The trick is this. 2009, I'll get my weight below 180. 2010, I'm going to watch my calories till I get it down below 190. All right? 2011, I'm going to follow my new diet rigorously, religiously, until I get it below 200. 2012, you know what? I'm just going to try to develop a realistic attitude that I'm going to weigh 200 pounds. Raise your hand if you can relate to that. So, all right. So that's part of it. So the man in the mirror. You guys all don't have a book. Good. Look at your book. Everybody get your book out. I'll show you guys some of this stuff. Page 19. I'm going to fly through some of this stuff. Just know it's in the book. The man in the mirror. Okay, there's a little story in here. What do you want? The important question is, who do you want to become? It's not about getting $1 million. People, have you ever seen the stories of people, all the lottery winners that win all the millions and then they get broke? Yeah? So it's not about getting $1 million. Who do you have to become to be a millionaire? It's not about getting fit. Who do I have to come to be fit? It's not about getting skinny. Who do I have to become skinny? It's not about being healthy. What do I have to do? The big problem in weight loss, you can do anything. I can go and staple your stomachs. And are you going to lose weight? Your stomachs have almost always. The medical industry, or the status quo, kind of tells us get skinny to be healthy. We could all start smoking crack. Are we going to lose weight? Are we healthier? No. I don't care if you're smoking crack, you're taking methamphetamines they're giving people, and I'm doing B12 shots to lose weight. No, you're not. They're giving you B12 shots because you're on amphetamines and your nerves will fry if you don't supplement with B12. So yeah, you look really great, skinny like a crackhead. So there's a lot of stuff out there that guide people in the wrong direction. And what I'm going to talk about today, and you can take it or leave it. It is what it is. There's going to be some things you're going to agree with here. There's going to be some things that go completely against what you've learned and thought your whole life. But we've researched it. We know this is the way it is. The trick is, who do you have to become? You have to become healthier if you want to lose weight, not lose weight to get healthier. They just got it backwards. You want to quit smoking. Okay, now you're still a smoker. I'm quitting smoking. No, you say, I am now a non-smoker. Say, I don't smoke. That's it. So you have to make that decision. It changes your identity. It's much more powerful. So the decision you make today to be a healthy person, and your habits will follow naturally because healthy people have healthy habits. So turn to the man in the mirror assessment here on page 19. And it shows you, there's a little chart here, shows your height. And you know pretty much what you weigh. Calculate your body mass index. So do that. Do that now. When you're done, say, I'm done. Man, you guys are quick. So, all right. What do you really want? Do you really just want to be skinny? No. You want to be what? Healthy. Why do you want to be healthy? We'll get into that. I get crickets when I do that one. What do you really want? You really want to lose 20 pounds? Okay, get off medication. Start exercising. Get out of debt. I mean, all these things are just huge things. Who do you need to become to have these things happen? Hey, we're working really hard on our finances now. My little financial planner says you put your little money in your pocket at the beginning of the month. When it's gone, you don't spend any more money. So now I have to be someone who uses cash, not somebody who uses the what? The car. It's not comfortable. Okay? I don't like spending cash, but you know what? You're coming off those bills. It's a whole different story. You might think about, do I really want this, or what I need to do? So, I have to be somebody who saves if I want to have money in the future. So if you want to have health in your health bank, you have to start making deposits. You put money in your health bank because eventually you're going to need to draw on your account. The more health you have in your health bank when you need to draw on your account, how's it going to turn out for you? Better or worse? Better. How about this? Better or better? All right, better. So that's it. So we teach these 5 essentials. 5 essentials are this: maximize your mind, your nerve supply, your nutrients, oxygenation of your tissue, which we don't say the E word. What's the E word nobody likes? Right, so raise your hand if you just love to exercise. Some of you guys really? Yeah. Freaks. All right, raise your hand if you really don't like to exercise. I hate it. I'm okay once I get going. I like to run. But man, you get up in the morning, it's like, I don't want to do this. Raise your hand if you relate to that. So it's hard to get started, especially if you haven't done it in a while. These things get in your way. The trick is, your body needs no help, no interference. I mean, that's the chiropractic principle number 1. The body heals itself. It needs no help. It just needs no interference. These are the 5 things that get in your way. Your head will get in your way. That is the biggest obstacle. That's why essential number 1 is maximize mind. Essential number 2 is nerve system. We're going to go through that tonight. Maximize your nutrients. Most people have an overindulgence of what they don't need and a lack of what they do. Okay? So, and then we'll talk about maximizing your oxygen and lean muscle. There's a very specific metabolic way of working out. It turns your hormones around. And we have trainers here. You can come join this gym. They can get you in amazing shape. But I'm not the guy to tell you I can do that. The trick is to really turn your hormones around. And we'll go through that tonight. And then toxicity. The main one we're going to hit tonight are the first 4. Our next makeover in April. When's the next makeover? April's huge on toxicity. That stuff takes a long time. You won't even believe it. You hit a lot of it by hitting essential number 3 here, by just not putting it in your mouth, but you're all toxic. Raise your hand if you're toxic. Everybody. All right, here we go. You have been lied to. One of the things we do around here to just kind of fix your reticular activation system, to get you guys to drink the Kool-Aid, right, Amory? Change the way you think. Change the way you think. And you've been lied to. I mean, here we go. We're going to do a little exercise here. Okay, my mom and dad have heart disease, so I will too. Lie or truth? It's a lie. The truth is, your genes don't determine your health. Your choices determine your health. So, here's the thing. Get up, everybody. We're gonna stand up. We're gonna do 3 I've been lied to. You've been lied to. That's it. You've been lied to. You've been lied to. You've been lied to at the top of your lungs. So look at your neighbor, or your partner, or maybe somebody you don't know, and it's wide open. All right. One more time, all together. 1, 2, 3. You've been lied to. You've been lied to. You've been lied to. All right. There's something called epigenetics, and these guys studied and tracked, the study they did, they took 30 men with prostate cancer who decided against conventional medicine treatment such as surgery or radiation. You got cancer, you cut it, poison it, or burn it. They said, nope, we're not going to do it. They went 3 months of lifestyle change, including diet and exercise, moderate exercise, not even hardcore, moderate, like we're talking about. In the 3 months, the men had changed the activity of 500 genes. Okay, 500 genes changed. 48 that were turned off, and 453 genes that were turned on. It's not your genetics. You don't have the fat gene or the lazy gene or the broke gene. These things are within your control. And this is such an amazing finding because the activity of the disease-preventing genes increased and the activity of the disease-promoting genes decreased. So they turned on and off the right way. You know, this is exciting because, you know, with all of my genes, what do I do? Well, you know, you exercise. In 3 months, these things, you can change hundreds of genes simply by changing how you live. And the implication of this study, this is not limited to men with prostate cancer. Women with breast cancer, you know, all these things, it's all the same thing. You know, whatever the disease is, you have control over that. So they did a study in England over 3 generations with kids, people that had an adopted kid and they had a biological child. They looked at them for the degenerative diseases that people get, heart disease, cancer, diabetes. There was only a 5% difference between the biological kid and the kid they adopted. So it ain't genetics. It has to do with the nurture rather than the nature. So when it comes to degenerative disease, so you have control. So 95% at least you have control over. You guys get that? Is that big or not? All right. So here we go. You've been lied to. Here we go. Fat makes you fat. Okay. That's what? It's the inability to burn fat that makes you fat. Good fat type will help your body burn fat. So look at your neighbor. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. That's not 110%. We're going to play it 110%. You guys weren't ready. Do we need to stand up? Let's go up. All right. 1, 2, 3. You all right. Get up here. All right, 2 problems. There's 2 lifestyle factors that need to be addressed to fix this hormone problem. This is a hormone problem. Eating too many grains and sugars. This is 90% of all Americans. This gives you 2 hormone problems. 1, insulin and leptin. You know, too many grains and sugars, the hormone insulin stops working and lets your body store sugar as fat. Your insulin stops, you store your sugar as fat. Too much fat, and then you get inefficient elevated leptin issue, which leptin, this goes on until the whole fat burning process just pretty much stops. You can't burn the fat. And this also adds to cellular toxicity. Because of issues related to hormones, many people have become the opposite of what they want to be. You want to be a fat-burning, muscle-building machine. You know, the goal to correct this problem to get you back to the fat-burning, muscle-building machine you're supposed to be, not the fat-storing, muscle-wasting machine that we see a lot of times, right? So let's talk about how to do that a little bit. There's a scale. This is the kids are looking at it. They said, "Don't step on it. It makes you cry." Take advantage of the molecular research that's radically changed our understanding of weight loss and obesity in the very recent years. And it's just one simple fact. You know, weight loss is about hormones, such as insulin and leptin and the others that they control. You know, you've been eating too much sugar, you've injured your pancreas. And we have paid, I know there's a couple people in here as I'm looking around that have just completely reversed type 2 diabetes in a couple weeks. Okay, we're not talking about a lifetime problem. You've been told that you're just sick and you're weak and whatever. Type 2 diabetes is a lifestyle issue, almost always. I mean, it's 1 out of 3 children now being diagnosed type 2 diabetes. That's not because they got bad genes. It's because what? Nature or nurture? It's the food mom and dad are eating. It is what it is. So you guys have control over that. So the insulin goes and it's gone. Then your leptin gets freaked out. It's been injured. You injure your arm enough working out. I just go here and I do, I don't know, I'm feeling good today, so I do 400 pull-ups. I only normally do 100. How are my shoulders gonna feel? So should I go and hit another 400 tomorrow, or should I let that rest? Okay. You know, I crashed off my motorcycle, and let's not even talk about that. I crashed off my motorcycle, and I tear my rotator cuff. Does it need rest or more motocross? Rest. You've been injuring your pancreas your whole life. Does it need more injury or does it need rest? Rest. So that's it. I mean, that's why when we say no sugar, that's a hardcore thing for a lot of us. But you really need to let it rest a little bit to let those hormones reset and let your body, because you're making the leptin, just the receptors are out. Imagine your mother-in-law's yelling at you all the time. You get where you kind of tune it out? So your body's kind of tuning out your leptin a little bit there. Yeah, hormones. There we go. What's next? So metabolic conditioning. Oh, this is the fun part. So one of the ways we turn around is through metabolic conditioning. And I'm going to go more into this now. Right now, we're just going to do it. Metabolic conditioning is what we call the surge or the burst. So we're about to surge and about to burst. So we have to do this. And once again, we talk about play at 100%. This is when you play at 100%. And this is the way we teach you guys to exercise. It works better first thing in the morning. So your hormone levels are higher, specifically human growth hormone. So we'll get into that in a little bit. But it's 20-second bursts. So we're going to do an exercise for 20 seconds, then take a break. Another 20 seconds, take a break, another 20 seconds. So it's basically 3 20 seconds with 3 20-second breaks. You can do that 3 times. So how much exercise is that? Who's good at math? Yeah, 1 minute the first time, then you do it 2 more times. How many minutes of exercise is that? Can you raise your hand if you can do 3 minutes of exercise? Raise your hand if you can do it easily. Not if you're doing it at what percent? 110%. So everybody up, let's go. Now, for room constraints, we are not going to do jumping jacks or pull-ups or burpees or squat thrusts or G.I. Janes. We are going to do or G.I. Joes. We didn't do that here. But we're just going to run in place. Okay, you're going to run in place. We're going to move our arms. The more body parts you guys that can't, you move your arms. You know, I have people. We've done this in nursing homes. People there with severe stroke, they do the little surge. Okay, you can do this. If you have bad knees, bad ankles, whatever, you move your arms. We could do the hallelujahs. Right? It's got to be fast. We could do the conductor. Right? We can do anything. It just has to be the timing and the tempo is it. So right now we're just going to run in place. We're going to do it really, really fast. You guys can play at 110%. And we're going to go right about now. Hit it. Let's go. Wide open. Come on. Faster. Faster. You're not turning your heart around if you don't do this. You got to change those. You got to change those hormones. All right, 5 more seconds. Finish strong. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Here goes up the hand. There we go. Everybody face that way. Grab the person's shoulder in front of you and rub. All right. Tell them congratulations. You've already started exercising. All right, go the other way. Here we go. All right, here's something. All right, you guys are scared to sit down now. All right, good. Flying root. Alright, listen up, here we go. Alright, fat has a bad rap. The non-fat movement escalated in the 60s and 70s. Meat and butter consumed dropped about 50% during this time. Margarine consumption went up, heart disease went up. We have more low fats than anywhere in the whole world. However, we have more heart disease, more diabetes, and more cancer than anywhere else in the world. So here's your bad fats. This is what you need to avoid. We'll go through the steps. You guys, in your packets, the steps are all in there. There's through the 5 essentials. But okay, hydrogenated, partially hydrogenated oil. Cottonseed oil, your soybean, your vegetables. These things are rancid. Their body's not meant to take them in. If it is, it hasn't figured it out yet. But trans fat, which are your margarine, synthetic butters, your rancid vegetable oils, your corn oil, your canola. Canola is like Canadian modified. They first made canola oil to lube up joints on a car, okay, in the military. Canola causes, guess what? Another big C word we don't like to say. Cancer. So all this stuff turns rancid. All these vegetables found in practically, sometimes corn oil and vegetable is simply labeled as vegetable oil. And that's in just about every bread, cracker, cookie, and boxed food you can get out there. So what should you maybe avoid? Food in a what? Box. Did God put food in a box? No. All right. Here we go. All right, so good fats. Here's the good stuff. You know, you're not altered by man. You know, your extra virgin olive oil, your avocados, avocado, coconut, and coconut oil. Raise your hand if you've cooked with. Raise your hand if you've not cooked with coconut oil. Okay. Raise your hand if you have. A little more than half. You're missing out if you have it. It tastes absolutely delicious. You got to be careful, and it's in your book there. Tells you which oils you can cook with and not. So there's high, medium, and low heat. Because if you get your olive oil smoking, guess what? It just turned rancid. So you've damaged it. So you got to be careful. There's different ways to cook. But you can fry chicken. You fry your chicken, get some almond chips, and flop your chicken around in some egg, and flop around some beat up almonds, and you fry it in that coconut oil. Unbelievable. It's got a little sweetness to it. It's really, really good. Raw nuts, seeds, and oils. Real butter. Raw butter is best. Not margarine. Margarine is man-made or comes from a cow? Man-made. All right. The real stuff, the raw stuff is better. There's a problem with dairy. The big thing with dairy is they've beaten most of the good stuff out of dairy by the time you get it. By the time they pasteurize it and homogenize it, most of the nutrition's gone. It's mostly sugar. And then also the cow, where'd they get it? What'd they feed the cow? Okay? You know, the food's bad enough. It's mostly genetically modified. Then it's on steroids and antibiotics your whole life. And you're not what you ate. What you ate. All right? So you got to really watch that stuff. So grass-fed meats. You know, okay, what do we feed the cow? You know, let's look at that. The grass-fed beef, the omega. We're going to essential fatty acids a little bit. Your omega ratio is 20-1 in commercially raised beef, and it's 4-1 in the grass-fed, naturally raised stuff. So, you know, those ratios get off, and it's bad fat. So, anyway, fatty fish, your Pacific and wild salmon, your small fish, sardines, stuff like that. But anyway, don't make your bad fats good fats, because if you cook them wrong, that's it. So, great or not so great? Here we go. 2006, food manufacturers were forced to list the amount of trans fats in their food products. Good. Great. That's great. Okay, not so great is that they manipulated the law to allow labels to read trans fat free if the product contained less than 500 milligrams of trans fat per serving. So here's your serving that's got trans fat in it. Here's your serving that does not. What do you think they did on the labels? Made the serving smaller. So that's it. The scam is they decrease the product serving sizes to make the trans fats disappear. Here's your Skippy smooth peanut butter. Ingredients: freshly roasted peanuts. All right, we good there? We good? Yeah, good. Okay. Soybean oil. No. Maltodextrin. What is that? Sugar. All right, and it's in the book. These things, all these, if it ends in os, look at it really carefully. Maltodextrin. These things are all in your book. Icing sugar. What's that? Hydrogenated vegetable oil. I mean, it's on the label. You look, it says right there, no trans fat. The big label on the front, giveth. The little one on the back, taketh away. So you have to really make sure you read this, and read it every time. I mean, at least periodically. The Truvia, the product with Nanette found this. Stevia in the raw is stevia. It's a leaf. It's a good sweetener. It's one that's not toxic for you. You can do it. But if they started adding maltodextrin.
Maltodextrin is in the bag, and
yeah.
dextrose is in the small packet.
And it used to not be like that. I remember looking at both of them. Same name at the grocery store, same name brand. The ones that are in the packets had the bad stuff, and the one in the big container did not. It's like, what's the deal? Now it's in both of them, and both of them are, you know, you got to really look at labels and look at them from time to time. Because that stuff, your body doesn't know what to do with. It causes, guess what? Your body doesn't know what to do with something. One of two things. It either you ingest something, their body has nothing. If you eat your T-shirt, what happens? And little pieces, all right, not the whole shirt. What's going to happen? Where does it go? Where does it go? Or where does it stay? Your body doesn't know what to do with it. It gets stuck up in there. You get it stuck up in the rugae, or the little folds, all in your intestines. It festers, and you've got polyps, and that leads to cancer. Okay, there we go. Sugar causes inflammation. So let's go into the sugar stuff. We're big on sugar because it causes inflammation. Inflammation causes, guess what? What's the big C word? Cancer. All right. What's another big thing people die from? What's another thing that sits in here and gets burnt out? Messes up your leptin receptors? Yeah, if you have a problem with the pancreas, what's it called? Those are all inflammatory conditions. Okay, cancer receptors have 8 times the number of receptors for sugar than a regular cell does. So you're eating pink M&Ms. How's that going for you? If you've got cancer, not good. So, and this guy Ron Rosedale, MD, nutrition and metabolic expert and author of the Rosedale Diet, says, health and lifespan is determined by the proportion of fat versus sugar people burn throughout their lifetime. Wait, health and lifespan. Is that a pretty bold? Raise your hand if you want health and lifespan. Raise your hand if you don't. We need to search again? Raise your hand if you want health and lifespan. Yeah! So, the more fat you burn as fuel, the healthier you will be. The healthier you will be. The more sugar you burn as fuel, the more disease-ridden you will be, and the shorter your life will be. So, do you want to be a sugar burner or fat burner?
Fat burner.
Woohoo! All right, we got this. You know, and this is it. There's a, you guys can see this. There's your Cokes. Okay, so I'm going to not do the Coke. Let me go and get the smoothie. Sugar. Those are cubes of sugar. You guys can't see from the back. So, and then, okay, you know, I'm just going to go get a Starbucks. Guess what? What's all in that?
Sugar.
A lot of sugar. And this is a label off some graham crackers. You know, enriched wheat flour. What's enriched mean? What do you think they enrich it with? Sugar. Okay. Wheat flour, niacin, reduced fat, thiamine mononitrate. Really? Okay. Riboflavin. Okay, that's all right. Folic acid, B vitamins. Guess what? Next ingredient?
Sugar.
Sugar. Okay, so you really got to read this stuff. It's in almost everything that's bought, so you got to watch that stuff. I see eyebrows parting. I see hair parting down the middle. I see people hanging on right now. Raise your hand if that might be you right now. A little bit blown away. A little bit freaked out, like, how am I going to do this? Be honest, come on. Nobody? So we got it. Go home. Right? But here's the deal. It's overwhelming at first. There's some simple rules to how you eat. You avoid the sugar, you look at the bad fats, and you avoid toxicity. There's 5 that make it even easier. Those are the 3 basic things. Our website is amazing. We've spent a lot of money and a lot of time. This is a website that we all have together to teach these 5 essentials. Please use it. You go up here where it says Health Essentials, and you click on it, and if you're confused about the food, you go to essential number 3. Confused about the nerve system, it's number 2. You want to know about toxicity, it's number 5. It will ask you, when you try to click on that, there will be a landing there that asks you for your email address and your website, and a password. Every one of you here tonight, you guys, with whatever email address you gave us, that gives you access to our website. The password for that is going to be Makeover. So you put in Makeover as your password, and you guys will get the access to the back side of our website. And it helps you with this stuff. And there's millions of articles. You put in their food labels. Here's the articles on how to read that stuff. And they're not long scientific articles. These are written by us, the doctors, for you patients. They're usually just a couple paragraphs long. When you do that, if you give us your email, you're going to get a what? Email. Okay. You give us your email address, you're going to get a? Email. Okay, you'll get 3. You'll get one from us. Our Brittany Love is our social media consultant. She does our newsletter. Say, woo woo! She does our Facebook and our Twitter, and she helps us with our blogs. But you'll get one from us. You'll get one from Maximize Living Proper, and you'll need this later, the exercise of the week. Because you can't just run in place. You need more variation in that. You can't. But if you get tired of it, hit the button and say don't send them anymore, you're not on some forever email list. I promise you that, okay? So don't worry about that. Anyway, just go on the back of the website, look it up, take advantage of that. We spend a lot of money doing that. Okay, so here we go. Lose 10 pounds fast. Everybody look at the book on page 50. You know, what's it say on page 49? Yeah, what's the thing right under lose step 2 towards cruise ship? Lose 10 pounds fast. They changed the pages on this. It used to be page 49 used to be page 50. When they did the second printing or third printing, whatever, they changed it. I used to hand people this book and say, look, you need to go to page 50. And they'd open up and say, it says lose 10 pounds fast. What's the guy trying to tell me? So I make the people mad with that. We know it's no page 50. But guess what you need to do on page 49? Most of us.
Lose 10 pounds fast.
Lose 10 pounds fast. So here's how you do it. The secret is on page 50. You do the advanced eating plan and you surge train. That's it. There's a challenge wrapped around this. We got some amazing things to support you guys that we never had before. You guys would be really lucky because the ones that did it before, it was really hard, and now it was so easy. So here's the nutrition plan. This is how you have to turn the hormones around. So you cut out the sugars. You cut out the grains. What's a grain turn into? Sugar. Carbohydrates turn into? Sugar. Pasta is a? Sugar. It is what it is. You know, as you get to your weight goal or you get the inflammatory disease gone away, you can start adding that stuff back in, and we'll show you a way healthier way to do it. But eliminate sugars, cut out the grains, remove the bad fats, and add good fats. You need the good fats. I mean, good fats are the number one thing lacking in the standard American diet. Standard American diet, SAD, what's that? SAD. You guys catch that? Standard American diet. That's the acronym for that. SAD and bad. So you got to get the good fats, like we went through before. Your avocado oil, your olive oils, the good ones. Eat very little fruit. So everybody's, no, I got to quit eating fruit. Come on, y'all aren't eating that much fruit anyway. You think that's healthy, and you're still not doing it. Yes, agreed? Right hand, yes, all right. So the fruit that we do, Granny Smith apples and berries. So that's the one. The Granny Smith apples are lower glycemic index. And then the last thing is avoid toxins. If it's in a box, what do you think? Good fat, bad fat? Bad fat is toxic or not toxic? Toxic. So you avoid the processed stuff. It's basically, if it was here 200 years ago, is it okay for you to eat? Okay. If it's brand new and just invented, is it good for you? Yeah, really not. It's just a more natural diet. This is not wild stuff, I'm telling you guys. There wasn't a lot of sugar in our diet 50 years ago. I had a dietitian, she's retired, and I was just talking with her, and I'm like, how did you guys, how are the artificial sweeteners when you were out practicing? She said there were none. Okay, and this is someone in my office. She ain't that old. And she's, you know what I'm saying? That's only happened really in our lifetime. I remember when NutraSweet came out, because Mama always had sweet tea. You come in, a glass of sweet tea. So the NutraSweet came out, we put, a couple cups of that stuff in there. I'm like, Mom, I've got sores on the roof of my mouth. I don't know what's going on. I think I'm getting sick. Mom's like, I do too. Guess what it was from? What's that doing to your gut? So the body's not designed. That artificial stuff is not good. Truvia, or the Truvia and the stevia stuff is okay, and xylitol. Those are the ones that are natural and the artificial sweeteners. If you got to have it sweet, I don't own that stuff because I don't really sweeten much of anything. If I want it, where am I going to get it? If I want sugar, how am I going to do that? Oh, we mainline it, baby. We're gonna get some chocolate cake or some Little Debbie's. Yeah, we'll get something. Let's do it. Don't do it in your drinks. Your drinks shouldn't have calories. You get enough calories in your food. So try to do a no-calorie drink. If you got to sweeten with one of those things, do it. So anyway, sugars, grains, bad fats, add good fats. Eat very little fruit and avoid your toxins. That's how that works. That's it. What am I supposed to do here? Oh, yeah. We had a contest. Follow us on. I put my little note there and said, "Throw it out." Like, what am I supposed to throw out? We had a. Oh, that's it. Never mind. Not time for the contest. Everybody, look at your seat and grab your garbage bag. Everybody, great job on your seat. Grab your garbage bags. All right, let's open these garbage bags up. Now, if I put this over my head and I pull it really tight, is that going to be a slow death, or a fast death? If I have sugar, bad fats, and toxins in my diet every day, is that going to be a slow death or a fast death? You want to die fast? You want to die slow and miserable and go broke? I'm not suggesting anyone die fast. What I'm suggesting you do is not die slowly. This bag is for you to go home and you hit your pantry, you hit your cupboards. Anything in it that ain't good for you, what do you do with it? And as you're quitting sugar, you guys, you little sugar addicts, listen, I love Little Debbie's. My wife wants to put Little Debbie's on my motorcycle, like I'm like Team Little Debbie. They call me. Raise your hand if you like zebra cakes. Yeah. Did you guys see that Hostess just filed for bankruptcy? Yeah. Things are changing. That's a comfort food. That's one of those things. Good, more money for Little Debbie. Maybe they'll make something crazy and new. I don't know. Maybe they'll figure out how to make them healthy. I don't know. Maybe they'll read our advanced plan and figure out that, yes, you can make sweets and stuff really healthy for you. So anyway, go home, throw this stuff out. And if you don't just throw it out and put it in your garbage can. Put it in your garbage can, take it away. A couple days when you're wanting some sugar, you will go dumpster diving for this stuff. It is very, very powerful. It is very, very addictive. If it's in your, listen, I found a candy bar. I've been really hitting this thing hard. I've truly done the advanced plan harder than I've ever done it, starting the day after Christmas. I'm down, since the day after Christmas, I'm down 7 pounds. I've been doing my search anymore. I feel so much better. You don't realize how it creeps up on you. You feel like crud. That I found the other night, I found that king-size Milky Way bar for Halloween in the freezer, frozen. And this is where we teach you about something called a vacation meal. Okay? You do it. You eat the darn thing and you make sure there's nothing else, you throw it out. You know, there's stuff in there. So, and I've not had, my name's Ryan, I'm a Little Debbie addict. On my honor, I have not had a Little Debbie since the day after Christmas. So that's a big deal for me, okay? That's a big deal for me. So you guys can do it. It takes 3 or 4 days, sometimes 5 or 6 for the cravings to really go away. But you got to get rid of this stuff and get rid of it. Because I'm telling you, you'll go dumpster diving for it. So that's that. Okay. All right. This is where we get busy. The big why. There's a couple things I want to do about the big why. If you have a big enough reason why, you can endure anyhow. All right? You hear about people that cut their own arms off when a rock landed on it to save their lives. That's a pretty big why. I want to live, I will cut my own arm off. And they're fine, other than the lost arms. Okay? But do you guys see where we're going with this? You have to tap into your big why. And a lot of times you don't tap into your big why because you have some type of limiting belief. Well, I'll never be skinny. You know, I'll never have pecs like Ben Lerner. You know, I'll never be able to run a triathlon. I'm always going to be diabetic. I'm always going to need this medicine because I was told I need this medicine for the rest of my life. If you don't change your life. And I had a patient. You know, my heart bleeds for you guys. It really does. I had a patient come through. She came to the last makeover. She didn't do anything. She came, got in the office. She got adjusted. You know, she was really far gone when she came. Like, I sat her down. We talked. Her husband came in and said, "It isn't working. You're not taking any action." So I told you when you came in, spinal correction alone isn't going to get you where you want to go. So she quit. You know, she quit coming. And I'm like, "What are you going to do?" "Well, I'm going to go get some shots and do an MRI and do some physical therapy. And, you know, they're talking about doing some surgery." Is that going to fix the cause of her problem? Which is a lifestyle-related disease. She had inflammation. She had diabetes. She had heart disease. And her main complaint's back pain. Well, yeah, that went away, but the other stuff wasn't. So you guys, it takes action. And here's mine. I mean, you guys, you know, and I tap into this. This is the part where I cry. Let's go ahead and get that out there. And I'm trying not to, but listen, I tap it. My big why is my son, Rylan. Rylan is unbelievable. He is amazing. He's also autistic. Okay, he had developed normal up until his first year, and then he had this tremendous developmental backslide. And he's 10 years old now, and he's nonverbal, and it's a struggle. We've gone all over the world to figure out how to fix this. My wife went to Cleveland, Ohio for 2 years to the Cleveland Clinic, because that's the very best in the... Your kid's sick, where are you going to take him? The best or second best? The best. It snows there. How do you raise your hand if you're from Florida? How do you drive in the snow? She had a big enough why so she could endure the how. Do you guys get that? That was a major fear. We got a 4-wheel drive now. So, you know, it's like, how do you do that? You know, the deal with Rylan was, it's just been a struggle. And he's amazing now, and I have to be there for him. I have to. He may be with us forever. He may not. Okay, and this is something big that happened at Makeover. You know, I came in, we did this. This is my big why. I have to be there for my son because when he's 30 years old, I'll be 60. And he's still going to want to play and do stuff because he's going to be with us forever. And I had a lady come in Monday after Makeover, and I'm just all fired up because we had an amazing Makeover. People are making changes. She comes in, she goes, "Step in the back. We need to talk about Makeover." Okay. And this lady is the matriarch of a huge family that I see. She takes babies hundreds of miles away when she's out of town seeing a baby born to go get them checked at the chiropractor. This is an amazing, amazing woman who I have a deep, deep respect for. I see like 15, 20 people in her family, in her extended family. She goes, you're speaking a lie. I go, "What do you mean a lie?" She goes, "Your son," she goes, "Who are you to say that your son's going to be home with you forever?" She goes, "Who are you to say that he's not going to be perfect? Who are you to say that he's not going to overcome and be exactly what God intended him to be? Who are you to put that limitation on him?" I'm like, whoa. So I got that. Did you guys feel that? Did you feel that? I felt that. It hit me. You couldn't have shot me with one of those things that they... What are those non-lethal things they shoot out of the shotgun and hit you in the chest? That's what the airbag, the thing I'm long for. The beanbag. That's what it felt like. My heart just sunk. Guess what? I started getting rid of that changed my limiting belief. Like, okay, maybe this thing can get bigger. maybe we're holding it back. What do we need to do? Guess what? The next 3 months, he figured out his iPad, and he got off 2 of the medications that he was on. Who was holding him back? What did we change? What did we change? Changed your mind. We saw it differently. There's a limiting belief, and we got rid of it. The mind is powerful. The reason essential number 1 is your mind is because guess what's going to get in your way? Your mind. You are in your way every single time. So, a couple things. Let's go. There we go. Limiting belief. This little guy wants to ride the horse. How's that going to happen? Okay. How's that going to happen? That looks impossible. Does that look impossible? Look how little the little saddle is up on this big fat horse. All right. So I throw my kid on the horse and we go. It wasn't that hard. Right? How hard was that? All right, here you go, buddy. Here you go. That dang nag led that thing out in the hot sun all the time. So anyway, that's a limiting belief. You know, my big why is right there. The 2 most important days in someone's life are the day they're born and the day they figure out why. So let's work on that a little bit. Go to your book. It's on... Oh, shoot, I lost it. Limiting beliefs. Back a little bit. Oh, boy. Yeah. Page 28, limiting belief. This is going to be interactive. I want you guys to do this with each other. 28 is your limiting belief. I want you to write something down. Just tell me, okay, you guys want to be healthy. You know you need to be healthy. Your health is more important than anything. Why aren't you doing it? So let's get it. Some excuses. Why can't you do it? Too what? Too lazy, all right? So that's a limiting belief. You write that down. If that's your limiting belief, write it down. Let's do this. All right? Okay, I don't have enough time. Write that down if that's yours. What else? What's another reason why you're not doing? Energy. I don't have enough energy. Okay, what else? Money. It costs too much money. What else?
Got a sweet tooth.
I've got a sweet tooth. All right, write these down. Here, come on. Talk to your neighbor. Tell them what your limiting belief is. Tell them what's holding you back. Let's go. Pin's in your bag. You should have a pin in your bag. What's a funny one? Come on.
Work out regularly.
Wine makes me happy. That's not a limiting belief. It does make you happy. Okay, so I have to give up wine to be healthy. There's a limiting belief. So what is it? But you don't have to. You don't drink a bucket of wine every night. When we do drink the bucket, it's every now and then. Yes, that's right. Not enough time. Not enough time. Here, not enough time. All right, shut them out. What do we got? What's the limiting belief? Like my health is too bad. What's the point? All right. What else? I've got cancer. Not an excuse.